This is a Remington 700 heavy barreled 243. I was in the gun store the other day and had heard them talking, heard the guy behind the counter talking, and he was saying how he was trying to help someone pick out a rifle for someone to shoot long range, and they had asked about some smaller calibers. Their range had made a new rule that you could not use belted Magnum cartridges on their high power range, and he wanted something to reach out there to several hundred yards to be able to shoot effectively. And the salesman kind of was giving him some caliber options, and he had asked about a 243, and the salesman really talked down about it. He said, well, it really drops off, you know, past 300 yards and whatnot. So I figured I was thinking about making a long range video anyways, doing a little long range shooting, and this one has a spray can job on it, but I do shoot a hand load in the 243 caliber. I use one of two rounds usually, this Hornady 105 grain AMAX with 41 grains 4350 Hodgdons, or a Berger 105 grain VLD bullet. Both of these work extremely well. Bergers have really went up in price over the last year or so, which kind of makes them or makes me not shoot them as much as I used to. I used to shoot these exclusively in this gun. I seem to really like them and do well. But it also does really well with the 105 AMAX as well. Very similar trajectory. The Berger just does a little bit better at slipping through the wind than the AMAX does. Okay, here's our setup. We're up here with the 243, and we're going to be shooting across the way. I'll zoom out here for you. Hopefully we can still pick up the target. We've got our oil tank there, our gas tank. The tree just off the upper right hand corner of that has a blue 10 by 12 inch steel square target, and that's what we're going to be shooting at. Hit. Looks like the wind's messing with us a little bit. We've got about 3 minutes on the gun. Died down a little bit. We were at 5. Had to make some adjustments. Another hit. I hope this video is able to catch this. I'm not sure.
We really need to get
Well, not the best shooting, but we're dealing with some pretty hot weather right now. It's high 90s. Fun stuff. Alright, so here's our target. Looks like we were grouping a little bit high. Got several hits. right above our target. Gave it a little too much elevation. I think we're up like 23 minutes, 850 yards out. We'll dial back down to 21 minutes. Well, not really a showcase of shooting ability there. We did hit the target a couple times. I pulled out my iPhone just to look and see because it was really hot up there. I was actually shooting from some oil tanks. And our temp was 103 and the heat index is 110. So out here in the Midwest, it's been really warm and humid and not the best for shooting, just because of lack of focus. But here's a 100 yard 5-shot groups with this 6mm AMAX bullet. What are we looking at? This is just kind of a ballpark here. 0.287. Looks like that. Pretty much it'll blow one hole if you do your job on the trigger. It's a pretty good shooting gun. Here's another target I just had handy. This is, what is this here? It's 500 yards with the 6mm AMAX. You know, ballpark in it, 3.8. So it will definitely get the job done. This rifle will shoot better than you can. Here's a couple look at the two different bullets that I shoot through it. On the right is the Hornady AMAX 105 grain. Also on the left, the Berger 105 grain VLD hunting bullet. So I had the Glock 26 as our sidearm today, just for a little size comparison on how long this round is. It is a pretty long round for a 243. You do need to make sure you have a twist rate that's going to be acceptable. I've got a 1 1/8 twist, so I can shoot a pretty heavy bullet. It doesn't have a problem with these. The 115 grains are a little iffy, but these are awesome bullets, and for long range stuff, I have shot this rifle all the way out to 1066, and it does a great job. It'll shoot with a lot of the bigger Magnum calibers and has a very similar trajectory. It is a pretty flat shooting little gun. It's the rifle. It has a Warren 20 MOA base on it. Badger Ordnance oversized bolt knob, which I really like. I've really enjoyed that. I put that on myself and I've been really pleased with it. And Burris Extreme rings, rock solid. These dudes are, I mean, they are bomb proof. They are some awesome set of rings. And we've got a 6x9 inch swivel bipod, and otherwise that's about it. Aluminum bedding block on this gun, and it is glass bedded as well. Pretty sweet shooter, and it will get the job done. As far as punching paper, I have shot a deer with this gun at 450. Did the job. Only made it about 30 yards. It did run a little ways, but it's a good thing. It's taking some coyotes at some pretty long distances, and I'm really happy with the 243 caliber, and I think it's an excellent long range shooting choice, especially if you're just looking at shooting paper. Recoil is very, very low on this gun, especially with the weight of the rifle itself. The recoil is very manageable, and it's still a very effective cartridge with the right bullet loading. Hit.